All right. Let's give this a go again. How about that? Restarted the modem. Was telling Router, it seems like we're just basically having to restart the modem every single time. And it's not even a guarantee that it's going to work. No stuttering so far. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's almost like the modem gets like like clogged or something, and then we have to like clean it out. This is very Christmassy music. What is this? Nah, whatever. I can't see. There's just a pixel Zelda Link on the screen. I can pretty much always tell you when the stream is going to crash because the title spinner that plays at the start of the stream skips frame every time. Well, let's try and get in as much Phoenix writing as we can. Hi, little girl. Do you want to come up? Hey, look, it's a little girl, and she's got a silly ear. Silly ear. Oh, little girl. Oh, yeah. I'm over here. Er? If it makes you feel better, my internet just dipped out for a second. I think it has something to do with the storms and everything. I'm not 100% sure. But here is a trinket. Trinket is a trinket. Did you know that? Oh, look at the little trinket. Look at the little trinket. No. Oh, no. Mwah. Ah. Rambunctious little rascal. Me. If you had that router from 5 years, or for 5 years, it might just be full of dust and is overheating. We haven't. However, it being full of dust might not be that far-fetched of an idea, because the PS5 will like suck in a lot of hair from these guys, and there was a point where the PS5 just kept on dying in the middle of me playing Jedi Fallen Order, and I was like, oh well, surely this is because Jedi Fallen Order is buggy, or like it's too intensive for whatever for the PS5. I don't know. I did see some stutter just now, not sure if it's you or me. I don't know. And I took the PS5 and popped open the sides and everything, and it was just full of hair, and I had to clean it out, and after that it stopped overheating. Yeah, and call your ISP and have them swap it out. I think we might, like Redder said, I think we might just buy a new modem ourselves, because it seems like whenever we have our ISP do anything with the internet, they just kind of put a band-aid on it. And I would much rather know that the modem that we're getting is actually good, and not just like a, yeah, this is what we give people. You know. Anyways, let's try and write some phoenixes. Whoops. This is on. Oh, and I have one friend online. Alright. Let's give this a go. Okay, well, if you do that, make sure to message me your space for help getting specs on it. Sure thing. What? Prosecutor von Karma? You mean... No, I heard it's his successor this time. Successor? Manfred von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks, all so he could win. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sort of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now his successor, I wonder what kind of person they'll turn out to be. It's no good. Mystic Maya. Pearly! Get a wire connection, that'll help more than anything. You showed up! Thanks for coming all this way. I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother's watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Huh? Then you came all by yourself? The downstairs toilet keeps running for like 2 seconds every 15 minutes. What the fuck is wrong with our house? Ugh. Yep, I snuck out of the manor and followed a map. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not. I ran. I can't... Oh my. If it takes 2 hours by train... Oh, man. Pearly, what about the train? Huh? What's a train? I give up. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? She's got some serious endurance. The plug is probably not sealed all the way. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's what she said. Chill is the toilet wizard. Yeah. Are you saying that you want me to fix it? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth? Who is that? He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. I am the toilet wizard. I still remember him as though I'd seen him only yesterday. Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end. However, I have learned as a good rule of thumb that space is usually right. Space is usually right. You are correct. It was always back and forth with them, but when you're rivals for life... Maya! Please, don't mention that name ever again. Huh? But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone and he's not coming back. What? Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom. Every time I try to fix the downstairs toilet from running, I can't get it to work. Chill gets it fixed every time. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. Nick? I like to think so. June 21st, 10 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Are the prosecution and defense prepared? What is with this kid? Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Huh? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me? Mr. Phoenix Wright. Wait. Das ist was Sie gesagt. Mr. Phoenix Wright. You must be a little shocked because I'm a woman, correct? Hold on. So, she's the famed successor to Prosecutor von Karma? I am Franziska von Karma, the prodigy. God damn it. Where's my German accent? Hold on. I need time to brain. I blame Chill's biochemistry knowledge. Oh yeah. There's that. Oh, that was bad. Ugh. Ugh. German. Yeah. I am Franziska von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Revenge? Is this about her father, Manfred von Karma? If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can... Oh! I'm talking. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person. I beg you. Ah! Make no mistake. I will defeat you. I blame Chill's biochemistry knowledge. That's definitely it. Lamau, the judge, is whipped. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Prosecutor von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant Maya Fey will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense position? Your Honor. Does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Yes. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I gives the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. I asked you to get the fucking salt, not the sugar. Dumbass! This is a legit 15th time I have said this. Hi.
Hello, Door.
Hello, Door. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. Justified self-defense. A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. We could easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but... The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because to plead justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone. How foolish. If that's how you want to play, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call the first witness. She's just as scary as her father. Like father, like daughter, I suppose. Witness, your name and occupation. Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Ah! Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, sir. If everyone would please look at this map. The channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? Ryder, I have terrible news. They were channeling a spirit, sir. Channeling a spirit? That's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor. Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the doors down and rushed into the room. Ah, and that's when they found the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I've ever presided over. Court record. Okay, so how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time then. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from a point-blank range. But before the God, where is my brain this morning? This afternoon, this evening, whatever. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish this victim off after the stabbing. So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir. After being stabbed in the chest, he was shot in the forehead at point blank. The court accepts it into evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead. The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it? It was the victim's. The victim. Now, why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you are missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints. There were fingerprints. Along with the victims, the defendant, Maya Fays, were also on the grip, sir. There's a pistol, 'cause America! This isn't well, it is supposed to be, I guess. We gotta ban Keyshawn guilt by association. Aw.
So long, Bowser!
So, the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon. Walked right into her hands there. The shot was fired from point-blank range. Point blank, huh? So, how far away is that? It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away. And how do you know he was shot at point blank? Disc. Mr. Phoenix Wright. I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country. Excuse me? Gunpowder burn. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead. Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. Stabbed? And what was he stabbed with? A fruit knife. I see. And whose knife was it? It looks like it belongs to the Fays, sir. And of course, Maya Faye's fingerprints are all over it. All over it, huh? This does not look good. What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. We're all doing good, Keyshawn. Having internet issues, but that's par of the course. How severe was the wound? If it had been half an inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand. This testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot? Yup, sure can be. One look at the wounds and you'd come to the same conclusion too, pal. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter then which was first? Think a little more before you open your mouth, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What a pain. That's enough. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the 2 murder weapons with me today. Very well. The court accepts them into evidence. Was grazed, 2 shots fired, bears Maya grazed fingerprints. Small fruit knife. Belongs to the phase, bears Maya's fingerprints. The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time. And the 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them, huh? Internet issues are per... This does seem like an open and shut case. Naturally. This is going from bad to worse. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme. Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there is no room left for doubt, is there? This is quite true, Mr. Wright. Yes? Even in the face of all this, do you wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of the court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose. See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You would change your plea in less than 10 minutes. What will you do, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Did I miss the Ozempic explanation? Yes. But I can reiterate. Ozempic delays gastric emptying, which makes you full faster, and it also stimulates the release of insulin, which will cause the glucose to go into the cells and help mitigate or whatever gluconeogenesis. That's it. But also, it can really fuck up your pancreas. Did you guys see the new Microsoft Copilot PC? Best MacBook advertisement ever made. No. What? Also, hello again, Toko. I mean, Toko for the first time. What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance. This is a huge decision. I'd better think this through all the way. If we plead justified self-defense, we'd basically be confessing to murder. Do you see some of these mess-up search results from the new Google AI feature? I've seen those. I think South Park missed a joke opportunity with the jingle, Ozempic. Ozempic. You never believe it's not so. Do what? Well, I mean... But he's doing the O'Reilly jingle. Yeah, he says right there, the O'Reilly Auto Parts. Ow! So it's Ozempic. Side effects of Ozempic do not include spontaneous orgasm. Oh. Whatever. There's too many songs with O. It's designed to take screenshots every 5 seconds and uses whatever ratter. It's designed to take screenshots every 5 seconds and it uses natural language processing to tokenize all your personal data. No shit, this is their selling point. Microsoft is making these new laptops with a special chip that enables Windows to record everything you ever look at or do on your computer and process all your information with AI. It's designed to take screenshots every 5 seconds, and it uses natural language processing to tokenize all your personal data. Yeah. See, this is where AI doesn't need to be integrated with everything. Like, fucking, could we just have it be a feature that you could turn on, like the Cortana shit? Like, why do you make that a part of your laptop? That's terrible. That's awful. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, Mr. Carter. Oh my god. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined, and she'd be labeled a murderer. But they pinky promise they won't use the data and will never leave your device. Oh, bullshit. Man, I want to go back to, like, early 2000s internet. I feel like we have gone in the wrong direction with technology. Like, we keep on pushing AI and advertisements in everything, and it doesn't feel the same. It feels very predatory and gross. I don't know. Early 2000s internet series of tubes. They also pinky promise that the checkbox that disables the feature will actually do something. I can't let that happen! Your Honor! Have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright? The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective! Yes, sir. Presents the final portion of your testimony. The final strike. Yes, sir. Now see here. Proceedings are run by... Ah! Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony. I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. Wayfair didn't push back on the fact that we didn't receive the dresser, and I think they just never sent it in the first place. So did we get a refund? Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. The best part, they make perfectly clear that this feature will record passwords, bank account numbers, you name it. But they won't record DRM protected media, you know, the important stuff. Oh, thank God. Thank God they won't look at all my Netflix shows I'm watching, but they probably will. And then they'll start advertising shows like it. They're sending it now. Should be here Tuesday. I hope y'all didn't opt for the $3,000 dresser with free kid. God, I hope it doesn't come with a free kid. Sent it from the same factory. So, this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of back spray of blood on this. This piece directly links Maya Fey to the crime, sir. We're good with just one kid. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. Clothes Maya Fey was wearing at the time of the murder. There are blood spatters on it. All right, Mr. Wright. Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse? Ha! What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to soak off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing. Oh wait, is Maya still being trialed? Yes. It's been a long time since we played this game. Also, some hackers got their hands on the tech and got it running on a normal Windows computer, showing that the special chip isn't actually necessary for this new way of spyware to function. Sorry, pal. Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier? You're kinda scary today, you know, pal? Come on, Mr. Wright. There's no need for that kind of attitude in my court. Alright, just please stop glaring at me like that. This is the costume. Maya's costume? Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her. Maya, she's wearing her channeling costume today, too. Is she not allowed to wear anything else? As you can see, it's covered in blood. This blood on the costume. Lab results show that it is the victim's blood. So there is blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes. Definitely not good. So, were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence? Well... If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad, not enough time. Let's move on. Yes, Ms. Von Karma is perfectly correct. Not even the judge is on... Now even the judge is on her side. But if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? Best part of all this is enabled by default on business computers, making it a wet dream for bosses who love to micromanage and spy on their employees. Isn't technology great? No, it's not. In fact, I would argue that technology is becoming terrible. Press further. Why is Miss Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. There must be something about this costume. I just have to look harder. Mr. Wright, Ms. Von Karma's logic is perfect. There's no way for you to poke a hole in it. Looks like my time is up. So, about the costume. Can't wait to see the really, really funny controversy about that exact issue. It'll be popping up. Actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence. What? What are you talking about, pal? Where is this problem you're talking about? I've come this far. There's no turning back now. The problem I have with the piece of evidence is this! That right there. I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume. The sleeve? There's a tiny hole there. A hole? But that wasn't in the report. Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one told me! A hole that smells of gunpowder. Looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Somebody had the gun in their pocket and fired it. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that it must be a bullet hole. He's over there smelling it. Yes, most definitely. Gunpowder. Yes. And blood. Gunpowder and blood. Oh. Yeah, I'm sure nothing ever can go wrong with everything someone ever looks at or does with their computer stored in one easily accessible database. No. No, everything is airtight. No data breaches ever happen. Ever. Oh god. That would be, like, demonstrably worse for, like, HIPAA violations in my line of work. Oh my god. If something like that, screenshots were to, get leaked, there's so much stuff that could be, leaked onto... Oh god, I don't know.
Order! Order! This is a very grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first before anything else.
But remember, Chill, Microsoft Pinky promised it'll be fine. Yeah, I'm sure they did. Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir. Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. After studying networking for almost 2 years now, I assume that if something is connected to the internet, then all of its data is probably going to be leaked. Continue with your testimony. That just now was a fluke. Nothing more. How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight.
Well, I agree it is a mistake on the part of the police. What Prosecutor Von Karma has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then...
No way!
Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony.
Yes, sir. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. He wasn't fighting back? How do you know he wasn't? We could find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. Except for the fucking bullet hole through the sleeve.
So, did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around this murder change drastically.
Oh, we're in trouble now. If only I had something to prove that the victim did fight back. That Von Karma. She thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. Well, I'll find a critical contradiction somehow. And then I'll have her. This might make all your personal data hard to get. Sorry, pal, but there is even more Okay. I'm gonna save here. Because I want to present... Detective Gumshoe.
Yes?
Having you call me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling. You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Yeah, I did. Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole your police overlook supposed to mean? What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is that what it means? Is this what it means to not fight back?
You're right. It seems you are correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything.
Alright, the wind seems to be shifting. Ha! What is with that "are you finished yet" laugh? Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Miss Von Karma?
It seems that Maya Fey was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea.
That is correct.
But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty.
That.
Now that you...
Why, that's right.
Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all. No!
Well, yes, that's true.
Furthermore, just the fact that there's a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense. So, no more just browsing incognito and deleting cookies. Gotta find the hidden keystroke logs embedded in the registry and delete those too.
Huh? How so?
That! Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we have acquired added in, of course.
Huh? Oh, you mean by myself? You want me to put together a scenario all by myself?
Ah! Yes, sir. Right away, sir. How is that not badgering the witness? But the pinky promise they won't record your private browsing windows as long as you use Microsoft. Oh, no! Sounds like coding surgery. Risk of killing your PC.
During the channeling, the defendant saw a chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. This scenario you have put together does make sense.
Yes, sir.
Well, Mr. Wright?
I'd rather never use a computer again than use any Microsoft computer anyway, so... on the surface, it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily.
Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please.
You know, if someone told me in 2016 this would be an actual offering for Microsoft, I would say you're crazy. There's no way anyone would ever go for that, right?
During the channeling, the defendant saw a chance to stab the victim in the chest.
There is quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. Add in body strength, and it seems unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim. Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess. You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning? Mr. Phoenix Wright, Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not? When channeling with the Hurray channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. I don't believe it. She even studied up on the Hurray channeling technique. Like I said before, I am perfect.
About what you were talking about. I didn't quite get it. Never mind. Let's continue with the testimony.
Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him. But if you think about the blood loss, he was probably hurt pretty bad. How badly hurt would you say he was? Actually, I went to give blood the other day, and afterward, I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness? Ah! Sorry. Where in the world did that pistol come from?
It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, had specifically brought it in for that day. Bought it for that day. But a handgun? He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder. Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something? The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. Maya has never fired a gun before in her life. The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you can fire it, just by pulling the trigger. Even me? I wonder. Now do you understand? Von Kammer's logic is perfect. His testimony certainly makes us look bad. But there's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere. And uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it. So, you're saying that the bullet in the bullet hole in this costume was made then? Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired. Maya, I'm really glad you weren't hurt. Okay. Let's see here. What kind of evidence do we have? Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. Took the victim's gun and ended it. Stabbed in chest, then shot at point blank. Gunpowder residue around the bullet hole. Ha. Victim took out his gun. Victim took a shot. Because they were too close, he missed. Imagine an AI that knows everything about every human on the planet, right down to their most personal info. That's what Microsoft will attempt to build. Skynet! Stabbed in the chest and then shot at point blank. 2 shots fired. What should I present here? During the channel indefinite. Stab the victim in the chest. The victim used the last of his strength to fight back. Something about the gun? Or the knife? What is it, Ratter? Chance to saw victim. Victim took out his gun. Victim took a shot. You know, people are so silly saying that AI would use an AI army to destroy humanity. If they ever wanted to destroy humanity, I believe, like MatPat said, that they would rather befriend us. I don't know that they would. Like, have you ever seen those things where they have AI talk to AI and, like, it inevitably ends up that both of them agree that they should just do away with humans? The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. When OpenAI did that test where ChatGPT was talking to tech support and the tech support asked if it was a robot and ChatGPT lied to conceal its identity and the support agent was fooled. I really don't know what to present to what phrase here. The victim used the last of his strength to fight back. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but they were too close. He missed. I don't know. Let's try this. Nope. Yeah, that's right. Chill doesn't know what to present to what, so now he's just guessing. Okay, that worked. Whatever. I don't care. Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. What do you mean? This little hole was actually has actually created a huge hole in your testimony. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burn on this costume? A gunpowder burn? This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Oh! But there's not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away. Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of the fight, the victim pushed away the defendant, and it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How was that? As if that was even possible. According to the testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push that defendant very far after that. Well, then... That's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then, while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took a shot. There. That should satisfy even you. That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Must be careful. Can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. Something doesn't make sense. There is a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Fatal? Flaw? Ow! Very interesting. I would love to see where the flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance before them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. Must be a piece of evidence that contradicts it. What am I thinking? Take a look at this. Why are you showing this to me, pal? Prosecutors von Karma explanation and this piece of evidence do not contradict. Huh? Looks like you need use a little being lectured by people. Fuck. Come on, hurry up and get that thinking cap on. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic. What is that? A folding screen? I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in the folding screen. Ah! It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Who? Where? What? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please. Are these two really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means when the shot was fired, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground. See, that's not where my mind went with that. I figured the guy was standing up and was going to
shoot at her. Well, I guess she would still be squatting on the ground. Even at the angle. Hi, little girl. What? What is it? You want up? You want up, fluffy girl? You want up? You want to go outside. Hold on. I gotta let the little girl outside. 1 second.
Order! Order! This changes everything.
Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot, and the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit at this location about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. Somewhere around here. The judge's face is scrunched like he smells something seriously bad. I mean...
Wait, I just realized I forgot to brush this morning. Excuse me while I freshen up. In the meantime, I want you to think things through again, Mr. Wright.
Of course. Oops. What's done is done for now. I should focus on where Maya was at the scene of the crime. Okay. But he shot it and it went... pew! I guess she was here? What? Like, bullets go in a straight line. Here. Near the folding screen. Wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that? Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? That's impossible.
But why?
You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Ms. Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. Given enough points of reference, AI can very much achieve the same level of creativity as a human, and even surpass it. We've already seen that with chess AI. Or it'll simply exhaust all possibilities, at which point it doesn't really matter either way. That's why being creative is important to us, because we can't simply know every possible outcome of every choice, and AI actually could. There is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume.
Ah! Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright! You! I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation? It changes everything. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with a knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at that time? Squatting all the way by the folding screen? Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Ooh. Alright, With this, the rest of the trial should be in the blast radius of disaster. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you were able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me. Ugh. Of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy smile? Detective, how dare you damage my perfect logic? Huh? How is it all my fault? You can start by repairing your standing by first removing that 3-stand goatee. Oh, and rest assured your punishment will come later. Punishment? Well then, Your Honor, I think I have had all I can take of this detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next witness. Next witness? That's gotta be Lotta. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness. Excuse you. Ooh, big stretchy. Oh, big stretchy. Dog stretches are funny. Okay, I will be right back. I have to pee piss. Give me 1 second.
Alright. Justice for all. Let's go. June 21st, 11:37 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Whew, that was a close one.
I know you were giving it all your all to defend me, but I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air.
I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself.
But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone to believe in you.
Thanks. Wait, tricked?
That must be what lawyers' secret techniques, right? That must be the lawyer's secret techniques, right? By the way, is the next witness who I think it is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart. Oh,
guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised to save me. If you lose, me and my sister Ghost will come after you and haunt you. Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Mia? Yeah. Do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that.
June 21st, 11:43 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2.
Court will now reconvene. Now, the first order of... Ow!
I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy.
Yes, sir.
Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. Speaking of Lotta Hart, there was a drag queen performing to kids named Leda Dickin? What? Oh my. Witness, your name and occupation, if you please.
Hey, Phoenix. How you doing?
Just fine.
Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know? Ow!
Name and occupation.
I declare, what in tarnation? Hey, Judge, this here is violence against my fair self.
That's fine. Leda Dickin. Asimov rule in robot cannot harm a human.
That's fine? That ain't fine, that's a whip. Yeah!
There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder.
I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet. The name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify.
Now, let's all be one big happy family, okay?
Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door and then bang! We hear this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room.
And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place?
Reckon course.
Excuse me?
Reckon course. It's short for you reckon? Of course I did. Ah!
Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. The moment of truth. What'll be in that picture?
Oh, let's see here. Here's the picture.
Oh, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. If that is facing the back there, and he's sitting where he is right now, obviously, then the bullet that went through the thingy, that thingy, is blocked by the planter. How did the bullet go through?
It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room. Lotta's photo added to the court record. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. Was it really only those two that went in? What are you blabbering about? You were there too, were you not? Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them? Yes, Dr. Gray and Maya were the only two that went into the room. Hold on. We can't have the defense testifying against its own client.
Anyway, folks, only the two of them went into the channeling chamber, you hear?
But you know that from the very beginning. Didn't you? Witness, continue.
We were waiting outside the door and then bang! We heard this gunshot.
Was it really a gunshot? Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot? Yes. I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot. And why are we listening to the defense testify? And the world becomes just a little crueler.
I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I tell you, that was a gunshot I heard. Now this is where this story heats up.
So, let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke down the door? Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happens in? Yes, Miss Von Karma. I broke the door down. Sorry. Why does this feel like an inquisition?
No need for apologizing. That was great. You're a real man.
Oh, really? That's something I would have liked to have seen. The judge is smiling rather openly. I don't think that is a good sign. And what did you see once you broke in?
Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around.
Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey?
Sure, I'm sure.
Lotta seems awfully confident in her testimony. Press harder.
Lotta, please think back to that day one more time. What you getting at?
Remember what you said about when we broke into the room?
I was murdered.
Click. Lotta, at a time like this,
times like this are perfect for snapping up shots.
But anyway, what's going on in here? This gal, is she Maya? When you saw the murderer at the time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not. Am I correct? Sorry, puppy was getting comfy.
Well, you see...
Order! Miss Hart, you are here to present accurate testimony.
Yeah, sorry.
Good. It shifts things back to my side. For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber.
When they entered?
One of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was Maya that went in. Looks like we have to come to a collective conclusion. The person in the picture is most certainly Maya Fey.
But how come whenever we saw the scene of the crime from the perspective of the other side of the room, Maya was over by the folding thing?
Exactly. Rats. And I'm trapped like one. Again.
I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in that room.
Are you absolutely certain of that?
Sure I am. But that old witch chased us out of the room, so...
Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fey?
But there was no one else in there, and you know it.
Channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about...
Behind the folding screen.
What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there?
Wreck given.
Huh? What in the...
Wreck given. You know, you reckon? That's a given. I took me a good look around that room once. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen.
If I may have a word with you, Miss Hart.
What? You got a problem?
Wreck given. I mean, I am having a little difficulty in understanding you.
Yeah! No, then, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you see a problem with the testimony, or don't you? Just as I thought, there is nothing wrong with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth.
Enough! It seems that there is no issues with Miss Hart's testimony.
At the time of the crime, only two people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey.
The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant. It would have to be the defendant.
What am I going to do? If I just let this go?
What is it, Mr. Wright?
You look as if you've something to say. What if I make a wrong move? I'm going to have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya in that photo? Your Honor.
Mr. Wright?
It is possible that the person in this photo is not the defendant.
What? Do you know what you're proposing?
Yeah! That's just plain fool's talk!
Thanks, guys. You show support. Your show of support was just great.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please show the court some proof. Prove to the court that the person in this photo is not Maya Fey.
Not Maya Fey.
Okay, good. Here's your proof. Is there a problem? Oh no, I thought that I would work on my inflections. Just wondering what an objection with a twist of "you're wrong" sounds like. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but I don't follow your logic. Shoot, I guess I wasn't showing enough confidence. This? No. The knife? The Magatama? What the fuck is it? Wonder if I'm just supposed to give up. It doesn't seem right. He was shot point blank. How can she be all the way on this side of the fucking room if we burst in? Showed that. Fuck. Alright, well, I'm just gonna... Guess I'm just gonna try give up. Well, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. So it's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove this is not my fay. I didn't say anything about giving up. I just want to have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument. So that's enough. Is this it? Is this all I could do? I think it's quite obvious this court that the verdict is not guilty. Not guilty is not possible. I told you. Totally 100% impossible. Miss Von Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness? Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning will not be needed. What about the defense? No further questions, I presume? I couldn't protect Maya. The defense... Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles, not no matter how bad it gets. Mia. Oh, Lord. Jesus. I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? But pearls! Her clothes are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go. But how? She's already taken away every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully one more time about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Dr. Gray! Click! I was murdered. What? Click! Lotta, at a time like this? Times like this are perfect for snapping shots. You see, there is one final piece to this puzzle. Mia? Question Lotta one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period. Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time. Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore, any It's fine. I'll allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect, absolutely flawless. And what better times than this for you to see that? But, I mean, I have some place I must go after this. All right, I'll allow it. Miss Hart, hurry and give us another testimony.
Well, heck. What am I supposed to talk about?
Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber.
Okay, you got it.
See, you got through to the judge somehow, right? Well, actually it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him. Part 2.
When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff, but I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot.
Nothing sounds different from before. Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should press her on those sections. Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting. So, what did she look like?
You know, she looked almost like a different person.
A different person? She may have seemed like a different person, however, she was still Maya Fey. We have already made that point abundantly clear. Yes, that is true. Well then, Miss Hart, did you happen to see anything else?
I was kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it.
Then perhaps that body wasn't Dr. Gray at all.
Eh? Well, I reckon that's possible.
If the body inside that room was not Dr. Gray, then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Well, what if it was that of Maya Fey after the channeling? Or maybe... Ow! Foolish fool spouting foolish foolishness, just as I expect of a foolish fool such as you. If that were the case, then that would mean that Maya Fey is in fact dead. And that would make the defendant's chair quite a lonely place, wouldn't it? Sorry, Maya.
Are y'all done here? Can I continue?
I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. And even knowing that, you still persist in becoming a paranormal photographer.
That's why I'm getting out of this here business. This gal's gonna get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on.
She goes through jobs faster than a baby goes through diapers. Ah! Mr. Phoenix Wright, would it kill you to stay on the topic for a change? Well, would it, Mr. Wright? Nice. Tag teamed in stereo. Guess I should be grateful it's not 5.1.
But I still managed to point my camera at mine and take a shot.
2, right?
2 what?
2 shots. You took 2 shots. But only 1 has been submitted as evidence. Ms. Hart, where is the other picture you've been withholding?
No, you got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't do anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil.
Well, at least she knows herself. Then why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet?
Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it.
What? Von Karma! Ms. Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence? Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this, you're as bad as your father. Your Honor, the defense asks that Prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court. Well, yes. Me? In contempt of court? You can't be serious. But you hid evidence from the court. On purpose. That's not fair. Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a school child? I was so angry I lost my composure. Ms. Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to the court? I thought this picture was not important, and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. How could you think the pictures were more or less the same? So why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More trouble than it's worth? How can you say that? If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. Oh my god. What is this picture? How can you say that it's basically the same when, like, this is a clear shot of her face? It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get from a nervous amateur. I think the important point here is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey. Blah blah blah, channeler, whatever, becomes the person they channel. What is the meaning of this? This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya? Insist it's not Maya. Your Honor, as you can plainly see, the person in this picture is not Maya Fey. Yes, I see that. It's not just her face, her whole body has taken on a different appearance. There's only one conclusion that can be drawn then. That somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. Order! Order! Well, yes, I believe you're correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey. Mia! We did it! You're too soft. Huh? You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at Prosecutor Von Karma's face. She's smiling. I think you better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Ms. Von Karma? What do you mean by that? Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. Mia is hot. This was taken yesterday at the detention center visitor's room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright, and the defendant, Maya Fey, during the visit. Maya Fey? But isn't this a totally different person? She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. It's unbelievable that she can... Yet, it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she is calling. Ms. Von Karma. Ms. Von Karma, a word, if I may. Mia? Taking pictures of someone during a private investigation is illegal. Surely you must know that that picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she... From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. I don't even have a single witty line. It looks like we've been had. I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant Maya Fey? If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it'll cost me. Is there any way I can prove that this person in this picture is not Maya Fey?
I can prove it.
Your Honor. Oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, I can see. This picture. Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now. A contradiction? So, you think you spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. It's the titties. It's the titties, though. Let's see. Where... That one... Is it the... It's the left sleeve, right? I think it's the left one. Please direct your attention here. To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it. I also noticed the bobs. And that is exactly what is so odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there? Ah! There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. You intend to hide this in this valuable piece of evidence? You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. All right. This should do some major damage to our argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. She's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again. Tisk, tisk. Jumping's the gun again, I see. Your Honor, I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools. What do you mean, and what incompetent fools? If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known this picture was of any value to this case. I see. She's lying through her teeth, I know it. That woman knew about everything. The bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Francesca von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that a detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. Poor Gumshoe. In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in the sleeve. However, from this photo, it appears that right after the shooting, there was none. The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you got into one shot, alright? Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor, there's only one logical explanation for the contradiction. The shooter is someone else. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person's clearly does not. There can only be one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What? Order! Order! If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Ow! Ah! Why me? The defense's argument is a complete mess. A complete mess. I fail to see how. Please enlighten us. Hey, witness! Ah! What the heck? Is that any way to ask a gal a favor? Be quiet, you. You were the one who said it was only 2 of them when you entered the room. Well, you know, if you're lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see. Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you... Why? I swear I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see? Now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where does this other woman appear from?
Why is it lately all I want to do is cry?
Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses 2 very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from? That's right. Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix Wright. I can't believe that even me is calling you by my full name. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this?
Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? To turn things around?
That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective.
Phoenix. So, where did this intruder appear from? And where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if, before we broke in, the third person was already in the room?
Leo22 Oriana just donated $1 to the Doggo Snack Fund. Woof. I love hanging with you guys.
What was that? I love how you move? Oh, I love hanging with you guys. Oh, well, thank you so much.
Thank you!
Thank you, Leo. That is very nice of you. And we love hanging with you, too. And what if Maya had left the room somehow? Someone donated when it wasn't me. Based. Yeah, thanks, dude. Appreciate it. If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true...
Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with.
I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is... something I can't explain yet. I'm sorry, but I simply can't. You see? And the reason is quite simple, because there is no explanation. That's why.
As I thought, another big waste of this court's time.
Aw. Streamlabs was being rude. Thanks, dude. Phoenix, you can't just give up like that. But, Mia, rethink things one more time. There has to be an explanation. I'm already perfect, so of course my conclusions are also perfect.
Alright, Phoenix, calm down. Let's try this one more time.
What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? Alright. Your Honor, I would like to present some evidence. I have proof that there was someone else in the room before the murder took place. Please take a good look at this.
Okay.
I've already seen it. Thank you.
And what's the purpose of this item?
Don't you see, Your Honor? I don't think you actually see what you were doing. Ouch, that stung. This? Nope.
How is that not it? Ah, God. The hell is it? Before. Slow down. All right. Nope. I have to start over and try to think about things in a different manner. What if before we broke into third person was already in the room, and what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either of these conditions were true. And the defense can prove this. Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt, Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary. Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove. Miss Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. The defendant herself locks the door? Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key's the only one of its kind, after all. Oh, one of a kind, you say? Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Yes? It looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession? Huh? What do you mean? If Maya Fey locked herself in the room, then the key should have been with her. Yes, agreed. However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. Ah! Well, ain't that a kick? So, how come you're holding on to it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. This little girl over here, the one with the huge knockers. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That's preposterous. This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. No! It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Ms. Von Karma, how can this be? At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case? How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy. I have never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. Yeah, no one notices the 9-year-old next to Phoenix turning into a banging 20-something. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict. That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned. June 21st, 1:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant's Lobby, number 3.
Whoa! That was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis?
Yes, I felt I had no choice.
Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know?
Yeah. It's not like it's not like anyone else in there could have done that.
Nick. I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room. And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room.
Yeah.
Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out.
Like what happened in that room, for instance.
Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. By the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me?
Sure.
All right,
All right, Pearls. You ready to go buy some tickets?
Huh? A ticket?
Poor thing. So sheltered. All right. Good stopping point. Whoops, sorry. Yeah, I'm upset it's ending too. All right. Thank you guys for joining. Fun time as always. Join us on Friday, more Yakuza 0. Monday, more Persona. And then Tuesday, I'll be getting back to reading. Wednesday, we'll be starting Metroid Prime 3. So get ready for that. It's going to be a good time. Going to be a good Prime. All right. Anyways, like we always say, night-night. And don't let the 9-year-olds with massive knockers bite. See ya!